No, yeah, we definitely did. You know, especially as well as Joe knows him. You know, we figured that he knew we were gonna be expecting the left hook, but we were also training the whole time to be expecting the right hand. I was really expecting the way he was throwing it, very kind of like a looping overhand. But yeah, he caught me a couple times with it when I didn't expect it. But yeah.
Dropped him in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when that happened?
I was not surprised that he got up. Barrios is a tough son of a gun, and I knew that if he went down, and I told Holly as well, this is gonna be a long fight. This is a warrior, so we have to give it up to Mario Barrios for being a great champion, for putting up a valiant fight. But I do have to say I'm very, very proud of Ryan Garcia. Winning a first world title for a fighter is probably the most special experience he's gonna have up in that ring.
But I knew he was the champion, and he was gonna just let it go that easy. So just stayed focused and went back to the jab. Well, yeah, I mean, I dedicated this fight to my father. You know, that was the beginning of this whole journey. I said, Dad, I'm gonna be a champion. Like, I'm ready now.
I'll ask you, you trained Ryan for 3 fights. Was he better than you expected tonight?
From Ryan, was that a better performance? No, that's the performance I expected from him. What we needed to do was what we needed to do more of, was press a little bit more.
Caleb, what'd you think about tonight's performance? Ryan, what'd you think about tonight's performance?
Mega, you look crispy, look fast.
When the final bell rang at T-Mobile Arena, it didn't just end a fight, it felt like the end of an era. And as Ryan Garcia had his hand raised, the crowd exploded. But the Real story was on the other side, because Mario Barrios didn't look furious or ready to argue. He looked quiet, heavy, and completely aware of what just happened, like a man who already knew the truth before anyone asked the first question. And for months people had been whispering that all those brutal wars were catching up to him, that the damage was adding up, but nobody expected the moment that followed. Because in the post-fight interview that's now rocking the boxing world, LS Tika didn't just talk about the loss, he helped open the door to something deeper, and it sounded like Barrios was emotionally stepping toward a goodbye, the kind that doesn't need big words, just that pause in the voice and that look in the eyes. And it leaves you asking the hardest question in boxing: was this the night a true warrior finally felt his body couldn't keep up with what his heart still wanted to prove?
Mario, what went wrong for you in the ring tonight?
I was caught early with a punch that I didn't see. And then, other than that, he came in here, he had the better game plan. He boxed very smart, very explosive, very intelligent, and it was his night.
You almost looked surprised in that first round when he was throwing so many right hands and you went down from that right hand. Did you expect him to go to that punch so early?
Oh yeah, we definitely did. Especially as well as Joe knows him. We figured that he knew we were gonna be expecting the left hook, but we were also training the whole time to be expecting the right hand. I was really expecting the way he was throwing it, very kind of like a looping overhand. But yeah, he caught me a couple times with it when I didn't expect it. But yeah.
Is he a little bit better than you anticipated coming in?
Yeah, no, I mean, I know he definitely had the boxing abilities. He fought a very smart fight. He was just, he stuck with boxing, sticking and moving, and he just had the better game plan.
Those 12 rounds didn't feel like a normal back-and-forth fight. It felt like a torch being handed over, because from the opening minute Ryan Garcia came out sharp, fast, and locked in, then dropped Barrios in round 1 with a clean knockdown that immediately told everyone this was going to be a long night. And the scary part was seeing Barrios, usually the guy who walks through shots with pressure and a granite chin, Look one step behind for the first time in his career, not because he quit or stopped trying, but because the rhythm and timing that used to carry him through championship moments just wasn't there, and the scorecard said it all with wide numbers like 119 to 108 and 120 to 107, the kind of domination that's hard to watch if you've followed Barrios for years, because you're not watching effort disappear, you're watching the edge that made him special fade right in front of you.
A lot of things were on point. I mean, I pretty much did what I was doing in camp. Just to everybody, just like staying. I realized like I'm really faster than everybody. Why am I even like moving? I could just stay right there. Counter, 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 scare them. Like, you know, like why do I even need to move? Like I'm quick. Like when I'm in shape and like on fire, like I'm really quick.
But the real moment didn't happen during the rounds. It hit the second the gloves came off. Because they're in the middle of the ring, bruised and exhausted, Barrios spoke with a level of honesty you almost never hear in a sport built on pride. He gave Garcia full credit for the speed and the sharpness. Then he said what made the whole arena go quiet, talking like he could feel the guard changing right in front of him, admitting he's poured every last piece of himself into boxing, and that is given the sport everything he has. And when a fighter is only 30 and starts sounding like there's nothing left in the tank, that's not normal post-fight talk. That's usually a sign the unseen wear and tear has finally caught up. So this didn't feel like a simple interview or a breakdown of what went wrong. It felt like a farewell being said in real time. The kind that makes you realize you might have just watched the closing scene of a career that people will talk about for a long time.
It's the key for every fighter. I mean, I would love to see more jabs in the game today, but once those fighters throw jabs, double, triple jabs, there's no way of blocking them. Then you follow up with the combinations, then go back to the jab. You know, it's a thinking man's game, and if you stick to your game plan, you're gonna come out victorious.
Dropped him in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What was going through your head when that happened?
I was not surprised that he got up. Barrios is a tough son of a gun, and I knew that if he went down, and I told Holly as well, this is gonna be a long fight. Once he got back up, I knew that once you get hit, when you're a fighter, you get hit, you go down, you warm up. Your body warms up, your chin becomes granite. That's exactly what happened with Barrios. That's why the fight lasted 12 rounds. He's a tough guy.
You mentioned it's a thinking man's game, and you just say what you say. Do you think that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the fight?
Yeah, it set the tone right from the first bell. Ryan was more composed. He was landing the cleaner shots. It was a master class. I have to give it up to him. I think Ryan grew exponentially tonight, beating a world champion, taking that world title. Now imagine how he's gonna look in his next fight.
If you want to understand why Barrios might be ready to step away now, you have to rewind to that 2025 war with Manny Pacquiao, because that night was supposed to be his big legacy moment, a huge title defense against an all-time great, and it ended as a brutal, bloody draw that proved Barrios is built different, but it also may have taken a permanent toll. And a lot of people close to the sport believe that fight didn't just test him, it changed him, because in boxing the damage doesn't always show up immediately. It shows up later when the timing slips, the reactions slow by a fraction, and the body stops recovering the way it used to. And if Barrios had to push past his limits just to survive those 12 rounds with Pacquiao, then it makes sense that the true price would be paid in the fights after, when the heart is still there but the body starts sending a message you can't ignore.
I'll ask you, you trained Ryan for 3 fights. Was he better than you expected tonight?
From Ryan, was that a better performance? No, that's the performance I expected from him. What we needed to do was what we needed to do more of, was press a little bit more. He's a difficult guy to track down. He's very elusive. He's very fleet of foot, quick-handed. And Mario tried his best. You know, I mean, he took his big shots early and a few in the mid-rounds, but for the most part, you know, he took everything Ryan gave him and kept on coming. He was trying to get the knockout later in the rounds. Ryan wasn't as active in the late rounds. That was our opportunity, and we weren't really able to capitalize on it.
Going into this weekend, the whispers out of Barrios' camp were already telling a story. Training didn't look the same. The body wasn't responding the same. Old injuries were flaring up again. And there was a deeper fatigue that no amount of running or conditioning could shake off. And when he said in that interview that it might be time for the new generation to take over, that wasn't him trying to sound respectful or humble. That was a fighter being real with himself, because he felt Garcia's speed up close and understood what it meant. The elite level he's lived at for years is getting faster, and for the first time his reflexes weren't matching the pace, and that's the most dangerous moment in boxing, not when you get hit, but when you realize you're starting to see the shots a split second too late, and Barrios is one of the rare ones smart enough to hear that warning and take it seriously.
Garcia pitches a shutout from 1 to 12. Mario Barrios had no idea. Joe Guzman had no idea that right hand, that looping right hand was going to be on the money today. Now listen, they said it on the post press conference that they were aware of it. But listen, it didn't look like it. Anytime Ryan Garcia threw that looping right hand, it landed on the money. Now, that wasn't just it. Great jab, great up jab. Mario Barrios didn't know what shots were coming. Now, in round 1, everybody was surprised. Wow, he knocks Mario Barrios out with a looping right hand. Everyone's thinking left hook, left hook, left hook. And now, Ryan Garcia was a lot more disciplined with the left hook tonight. And shout out to Henry Garcia. Shout out to Henry Garcia. I seen you, boy. I seen you, boy, in the corner, and you was killing it. Great instructions, making sure that, you know, Ryan stays disciplined with the left hand, doesn't overthrow it, doesn't let Mario Barrios time that left hand because he doesn't show it as much. Definitely the looping right hand was definitely the money shot, but like I said, once again, that jab tonight, Ryan Garcia's jab tonight was on the money. He had good defense, good instincts. He made, you know, Mario Barrios look like a C-level fighter. Not even Keith Thurman, not even Ugas could have did this. Not even Pacquiao could have did this. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios better than anybody, even better than Tank. Tank Davis was down on the unofficial scorecards until Floyd Mayweather came up into the corner. I was there. I was in Atlanta that day. And he was losing the fight until he stopped Mario Barrios.
Don't get it twisted, this isn't some sad ending, because Mario Barrios is already turning the page and moving toward a bigger mission in San Antonio and Dallas, shifting his energy into youth boxing and real community work, trying to help build the next wave of champions without them having to suffer through the same grind and damage he survived. And there's real respect in that, because it takes a special kind of fighter to recognize he can make a stronger impact outside the ropes than inside them. So instead of hanging on until the sport takes something he can't get back, he's choosing to become a mentor while his mind and body are still sharp, making the kind of smart decision a lot of legends don't make until it's too late.
Kevin Garcia, down here in the front. Two questions for you. First question, can you talk about how much sweeter, if at all, this victory was, being that Joe Guzman was in the other corner?
I mean, it doesn't make it too much sweeter. I mean, Joe, it just doesn't really move me too much that it was because of Joe. I mean, it bugged me at first, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? I had 2 months to get over it, so it's really nothing. But he did try to get in my head in that one of the rounds, and I started looking at him every time I hit Mario. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
How did he try to get in your head?
He was just saying, "Oh, that was nothing. Oh, he only has a hook." Blah blah blah. And I was just like, "Bro," and I had to stop and just be like, "All right, bang bang, bang bang, bang," with my hurt hand too. But I was so mad and irritated, I started throwing it even though it was hurting. I was like, "Fuck it." Yeah.
Last question for me. You know, you spoke about it a little while ago, Devin Haney, and one thing he said recently, he said the rematch wouldn't happen because you had dropped out of VADA. Can you just right here, right now, clarify that so that there's no impediment to the fight?
Let me answer that question.
I mean, just look.
Let me answer that question.
You think I got an IV? Like, bro, this is a blood work.
Even Ryan Garcia, usually the loud, confident guy with the big talk and online callouts, looked genuinely affected by what just happened. Because after the fight his tweets weren't the normal "I'm the best" victory lap, they were respect, calling Barrios a true warrior and telling San Antonio to hold their head high. And when the man who just went 36 minutes trying to beat you says it like that, you understand this isn't fake sportsmanship, it's real locker room respect, because Barrios carries a reputation fighters don't hand out for free. So Ryan didn't just win a fight or beat a champion. He shared the ring with a man he could feel was taking his final walk, and that reality hit different for everyone watching.
Surprised a bit by how it seems like Mario really didn't have any answers for anything that
I was surprised. Mario, sometimes he can fall into that one-dimensional type style, you know, being a little stationary, staying at the mid-range and not being first, staying at the mid-range and not, you know, countering off and firing off. He's not the most reactive type of fighter, you know. If he can have his way and, you know, be technical, you're fighting his pace, then he's most comfortable. But when it's not like that, then it's kind of tough.
This version of Ryan beat Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur was in attendance.
That I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that Ryan Garcia, I think that his style of Barrios kind of, you know, also helped with Ryan's style. So, you know, styles make fights. I just can't say that, oh, he'll beat Shakur or be a good fight for Shakur because he's looked good against Barrios. Barrios is not a Shakur Stevenson, with all due respect. You know, they have totally different styles, and I think with Barrios' style, Ryan shined tonight.
Mario Barrios walks away with a record of 29-3-2 and championships across multiple weight classes, a fighter who never once avoided danger, sharing the ring with names like Gervonta, Tank Davis, Manny Pacquiao, and Ryan Garcia, always choosing the toughest road in a sport where too many careers drag on past their prime. But what makes this different is that Barrios is stepping away on his own terms, proving that sometimes a champion's greatest win isn't written on the scorecards, it's the strength to recognize the moment, take off the gloves, and leave with pride intact. And while the ring may feel quieter without him, the influence he's about to have mentoring kids and building futures in San Antonio could end up being the most meaningful victory of his entire journey.
Wow, what a performance from Ryan Garcia. Absolutely dominating Mario Barrios. I think one judge had it 12-0, one judge had it 11-1, and the other judge had it 10-2 in the rounds that they gave Ryan Garcia opposed to Mario Barrios. A fight that, yes, a lot of people predicted Ryan Garcia would win, some by decision. I don't think any by the way of decision. Absolute masterclass from Ryan Garcia, not only using the left hook, but using the right hand, using the jab, outboxing Barrios. The defense was there for Ryan Garcia. It was a complete performance from Ryan Garcia, and a Ryan Garcia performance that I think I can say very confidently, you know, just an hour after the performance ended, it's easily the best of his career. That's how good this performance from Ryan Garcia was against Mario Barrios. Ryan Garcia came into this fight, everyone said, hey, you got to take away the left hook, excuse me. It seemed like that's all Barrios' camp focused on, and they didn't think that Ryan Garcia even had a right hand. Ryan Garcia drops Barrios in the first round. It's like, whoa, is that the right hand? Okay. And then continually throughout the fight, he'd set it up with the jab, and he'd move around. And everything he did, he just confused Mario Barrios. Barrios looked bewildered in the ring with Ryan Garcia. Barrios is looking around like, I didn't think any of this was going to happen. And I question, name one good offensive moment in this fight from Mario Barrios. You can't. That's because Ryan Garcia was dominating. He wasn't allowing Barrios to get on the inside like Joe Goosen was trying to tell Barrios to do. And Ryan Garcia just completely dominated.
Now it's your turn. Do you believe this is truly the end for the former champion? Or do you think Mario Barrios still has one more run left in him? And should he retire for good right now while he can still walk away with his health and pride intact? Drop your honest opinion in the comments, because I'm reading all of them. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next big fight story. Thanks for watching. That's it for today.
Make sure you like, subscribe to Fighters Arena Pro, and share this video with every real fight fan out there. Much love from Fighters Arena Pro.